This is a quick overview of the Stec Metronome. It's basically a pretty simple metronome. It basically allows you to save tempos of different songs in a song list. It's actually got a song list, so you can create, whatever your songs are, or exercises as well. And you can hit a new song, and it will open. It'll add a new song. And then you can edit the name or whatever. If you hit cancel, I think it just puts in a default. Yeah, just song. So if you select that, now that song becomes the active song, so you can hit it, and when the thing plays, you can see the little phone connector waves back and forth as a visual reinforcement of the tempo. But it also shows, you can see the little staff there, the notes light up as it plays. You can do things, the plus and minus buttons here just increment and decrement the tempo. And you can see that the tempo changes to red when it's been edited. When you get back to the original one, it changes back to black. What else? You got, pause, and you can also edit the tempo by tapping. You see there's a tap button, and if you tap, it basically, depending on the time signature that you've picked, that was how many times you need to tap, so it tells you tap 2, 3, 4. So now it will play at that tempo that I just tapped. It's kind of slow, but it's a little quicker. So if you got to try and find if you want the thing to play along with it, with a song, rather than trying to figure out what the tempo was, that'll get you there. And of course you can save it, and when you save it, it remembers the tempo that you used. This is a volume control, for a per song volume control. So if you want to use this, you can use this metronome on stage if you want, just for a back, for a click, for a metronome, for a clicking sound. So if you do that, you might want to have, you're gonna want maybe different sounds, but you might want to have the volume. You might want to adjust the volume for each song, so that you don't have to mess with it, at the performance. It will just kind of preset. So you can grab this slider and slide it back with your finger, or you can hit the little speaker at the end to increment, decrement. This little speaker here opens up a list of sounds, so you can pick from various sounds that come with it. And we picked different sounds that seemed like they cut through a little bit more. We tested a lot of different sounds, and the ones we picked seemed like they cut through pretty loud. So that's one of the reasons why we picked them. You can also adjust the time signature if you click on there. So if you want to use a different time signature, and it supports a really wide variety of them, as you can see. Let's do 8. 6, 8. You can see the staff changes, and again, it will click as it plays. Then it will turn red. The notes will turn red. What else do we got? Edit. This basically just gets you into the specific properties for the specific song, and you can edit the name, and do whatever you want there. And this is the volume, same as from the top level. The accent basically allows it'll turn the accent on for the first note of each measure. Usually you leave that on, but this sometimes, if you're using it live, you may want to just have it as a steady tempo in the background without any accent. What else do we got? The main thing, you can see it keeps track of the beats, measures, and time. If you hit stop, those get cleared, but if you hit pause, you can see it increments as it goes. If you hit pause, they stay, so you can keep track of how long you've rehearsed or whatever. And if you need to do a specific number of reps on a particular exercise or something like that, it also helps. What else do we got here? Info. This takes you to another page with some more settings. Basically, we have global settings. enable tap. For some situations where you don't use tap, you might want to just disable the button altogether so you don't accidentally hit tap. Power save is just it's basically a screensaver to try and save power on the thing. The metronome will continue, audio will continue, but the screen will go blank, so it tries to save a little power. Show the animation. Some people don't particularly care for the animated phone connector, so you can shut that off if you don't want to have that thing whipping around the screen. Button clicks. There may be, if you're using it live on stage, you might not want to have the buttons make clicking sounds when you touch them. And master volume, this just connects to the master volume on the side. In fact, this changes to match it. We really don't need it, but we noticed when we were developing there was some confusion about it, so we figured it was easier just to put it on there. About just tells you the version number of the information about it. Has a link back to our home page. Help, there's an built-in help system. Not that it's that complicated, but we do have a help in there for information about each of the features. We have web help as well, which goes out to the internet. If you've got Wi-Fi, it goes and it looks up our page from the internet. There we go. So this is the online version of the help, and basically it's just expanded stuff, just more help that we were able to put together, screenshots and stuff after the fact, that we didn't want to hold up the release to get them into the built-in help. So this is like a more expanded one, and we're going to put more information up there as time goes on. This is just a news thing, again, another internet thing. It just gives you any updates or any information about changes on the app. Support, we've got a contact thing, so you can send a contact information directly to us. Just fill in the form and press send, and it will send us a note if you have a problem or a question or a suggestion. We definitely are interested in any suggestions you have. Send log, basically if you have problems, we're definitely still testing on different platforms and different versions of the phone, so sometimes there's problems. So we think we've got them all, but if something happens, this log stuff is here to help us debug it, so maybe we can get it working. And this just turns the logging on and off. What else we got? That's basically it. Let's see. If you click on the metronome up here, it takes you to the About screen, so you can find out which version if you have a question about that. And if you click up here, it takes us to take you to the news page. That's just about it. One little side feature that's kind of neat is that the tempo, when you're setting the tempo, we also have a thing where you can switch the tempo viewer to show words instead of text. So you can actually, if you're looking at a piece of sheet music and it's got the Italian notation for tempo, you can just use this, and it'll give you the tempo. And they're kind of approximate because they're not absolute. Not all of them are. Well, I guess none of them are really absolute, but so that will get you in the ballpark, and then you can, for your particular song, and then you can kind of adjust it and save it. That's kind of the main feature of it, is that you have your song list and your exercises, and you need to save them at very specific tempos. One of the other kind of cool things about the metronome that we're able to get in there is the ability to rotate it. It'll rotate, it'll actually, what's really neat is it'll rotate 360 degrees. So no matter, which way you have to play it, because the headphone jack is on the bottom, which is a problem. When I put it on my keyboard, I have the cable coming out the end, so I have to hold it upside down. You can see the button is up there, the menu button. One of the other things I wanted to show was just the sideways. The main app runs in the sideways mode. All of the different screens all work in this mode as well. So like you can set the tempo. So that's it. I hope you get a chance to use it. Hope you dig it.